So I'm Ishna Naidu. I head the marketing and brand communications at Woxsen University. And I would like to thank Meritto for giving me this opportunity to present our entire 4-year journey with them and how we leverage this platform in terms of building our business and for the business growth. So this case study that I'm presenting today, I was actually thinking about what would be a good title to present. And I found this as a perfect and apt title, in fact. Because we were transforming into a digital space as a university, and we needed a partner that understood that space, and hence, a match made in the digital heaven. For Woxsen, 2019 was a great year where we were at the cusp of transformation. 2019 was where Woxsen rolled out one of its biggest plans, biggest roadmaps. And when we did roll that out, the marketing and the admissions team had a lot of analysis to do. Now, when the aspiration or the dream itself is of becoming a university from a B school, that's huge. So the aspiration was to become a university, meant more programs. Woxsen had a lot more to offer. We were not tired really, but we had a lot more to offer than just being a B school. So more programs meant bigger targets. Bigger targets meant bigger data sets. And bigger data sets meant building a robust operations and customer engagement. So how are we going to achieve that? When we did a lot of analysis, we also analyzed where we were at, where we were heading, and what do we need. And hold aboard, we needed a CRM. So when we realized this, we realized our requirement that a CRM is going to inch us closer to our dream. We set out on the search. Now the search, the hunt, the scouting, whatever you may call it, we had to navigate ourselves through a sea of CRMs. The big ones, the smaller ones, the namesakes, or the confused ones, which confused a CRM and an LMS. We had to educate ourselves, we had to educate our management to make them understand that a CRM is not just a lead management system. We also, while we were scouting, we also had 3 major factors that were set. These were our priorities when we were looking for a right partner. Because a right partner for us meant that the partner also believed in bigger dreams, had the appetite to dream as big as us, has the appetite to take our feedback and to evolve along with us. So the first priority for us when we were looking for a CRM was that the team that's prepared for Woxsen's big and bold aspiration. Becoming a university is not a joke. A future-ready product set to break the traditional. Woxsen until then relied on a lot of hybrid modes, online, offline, piecemeal, everything. So we needed a future-ready product that was designed, that was flexible, that was not rigid, that would give us the bandwidth and the legroom to evolve. The third important point for us was that we needed a product, a solution that bridged the gap between various stakeholders that were going to be part of an entire operational process, the entire admission process. So we're talking about the admissions team, we're talking about the marketing team, we're talking about the finance team, and of course, the students themselves. So when we had these 3 factors zeroed on or zeroed upon, we set out on the hunt. And we reached out to the top publishers, we reached out to the top entrance test portals, and of course, we scanned through many competition testimonials. And unanimously, the top recommendation was Meritto, then NPF. So once the search was complete, and we knew that we had Meritto as one of the contenders, then what? If you remember my first slide, I spoke about a match made in digital heaven. But the buck doesn't stop just at us zeroing in on, the CRM. It was more. So a perfect match would not have been possible if the success matrix that we had laid for ourselves was not something that the CRM did not help us achieve. So we had the big five big success matrix that the CRM or Meritto came along and helped us achieve throughout the course of time. The first success metric for us was a complete admission automation. Like I mentioned, Woxsen was relying on a lot of offline processes, some online processes. So how do we automate the entire thing? And automation also brought in a lot of factors. So the first was the lead management. If you remember, I'm talking about big data sets. Leads are going to come from various sources. So it's actually a myriad of sources that the CRM would not only capture, but also throw insights that I would leverage upon, or we would leverage upon as a university, as an admissions team, or as a marketing team. The second factor in this success metric was automated application process and payments. We had students coming in, walking in, paying the application fee, not filling the form, no trace of them later on. How do we counter all of that? We needed an automated, digital and automated application process. And of course, the payments. They would fill the form, payments would not be done. So that was the second important criteria for us. The third important criteria was automated entrance test and evaluation process. Entrance tests became digital. A student sitting at the home location, filling up the entrance tests, attempting it. And then what? The next round, how does he get into the next round? It had to be automated. So that was the third criteria. And the fourth criteria was an important one, in fact, that when you screen the student, when you are okay with the student, you want to offer an admission to the student, sending out an emailer or sending out the offer letter just by an email was not just working for us. There was an automated communication process that had to be sent. So if a student has been sent an offer letter, in fact, and has not paid the token fee or the commitment fee, what do? You send an automated communication saying that, hey, your deadline is coming up, you need to pay up, you're going to miss your opportunity of studying at Woxsen University. Or, hey, your scholarship will expire soon, so pay up. So those were the automated communication that was set up, and also needless to say, the payments as well. So when we're talking about automation, there has to be a mention of integrations. So the top integration for us was obviously integrating the corporate website or the university website. Then Metal, which is the largest entrance test platform in the country today. We also have something called as a psychometric test, part of our entrance test and evaluation process. VPA, Virtual Post Application, which is a product of Meritto themselves, which kind of brought the entire evaluation process together from interviews, personal interviews of the students, to scoring, to offer letters again, and then the chatbot. So customizing a communication, using the chatbot, leveraging it so that the student gets the right information and we get to tell our story before anybody else does. The second success metric. This was very important to me. I've been a marketer all my life. So an outstanding student engagement, right? To deliver this, I needed a platform. I needed a robust platform that gave me visibility into a lot of things. First up, addressing student concerns. The query management is completely categorized. You can address student concerns based on a general query, a technical query, specific queries. So when you give this tool to a marketer or to the counselor, they know exactly what has to be communicated. They pick up the story from where it was left off, rather than starting it all over again. And this is also quicker. For any reason, if the student is not able to reach us over a phone call, SMS, or email, this is there. And it's just a chat. So this was actively used. The second thing for the student engagement that we set up in this platform was automated chats with quick links through Nia and Baba. So the chatbots, we had actually devised an entire navigation. So if a student is interested in an MBA program, he also gets to see a tab for curriculum, also gets to see a tab for eligibility, a tab for international student exchange programs that we offer. So all of that was loaded in. We loaded videos, we loaded images, so that the student gets to see what we want to show. So the third important factor in this matrix was a focused trip marketing. We have all been hearing about this up till now. This is one of the most important parts. A lead in its entire life cycle goes through various lead stages. All of us know that. Inquiry stage, untouched, hot, interested, not interested, whatever. So how do you communicate to that person? Emailers, yes. Automate them, customize them, personalize them. SMSs, yes. Automate them, customize them, personalize them. And so is with WhatsApp. WhatsApp, in fact, has the largest engagement rate for us today, after email. Then the fourth important point was conversion to campus visits and face-to-face counseling. In the panel discussion that we had, the first panel discussion that we had, one of the guests mentioned that some students or parents are not comfortable with just an online interaction. Also in India, pursuing a degree is a family affair. You want to get your parents along. You want them to see the campus. You want them also to be wowed as much as you are. So the communication campaigns that we used based on the students' interest that, hey, I want to visit your campus, or I want a face-to-face counseling, did work. So with all of this put in place together individually, we stand today with our nurturing marketing campaigns at 54% applications from untouched leads. So that's with SMSs, emailers, WhatsApp, and everything else that you see over here. Success matrix 3 for us, an important one, counselor productivity. Isn't this a universal problem? We have spoken about that again in the last 2 sessions. So how were we going to maximize from the limited resources and with the finite bandwidth? How did we do it? We leveraged the deeper understanding and the insights that the platform gave us. and we equipped our counselors with those insights. Know where your lead is coming from, know what they are doing, know if they are active at all. If they are dormant, wake them up. If they are interested, take them ahead. So those insights, understanding where the lead is in the entire life cycle, actually kind of weaponized our counselors. So with that, the priority calling, focused calling also evolved. Buckets were created, priority filters were created, but the counselors also knew if there was anything extra that they would want to know about these leads, they would get it. So they used it in that way to ensure effective, focused, and targeted calling. And of course, that in turn helped them in making optimum use of their time. The third important factor for us here was, and how the counselors used this particular platform, was to leverage various touch points to increase conversions and meet targets. Now, what are the various touch points? We spoke about them. Ridhiman spoke about it. Are counselors only for calling? Of course not. There are many touch points available. You're not reaching a student over a call, SMS them. Not reaching them over an SMS, or it says D&D, WhatsApp them, email them. So there are very many touch points that they could do. And that was leveraged by them, of course. The fourth point was visibility of one's own productivity to course correct or replicate good practices. So when you give that visibility to the counselors, when they know that this is where I was last week, and this is where I am slacking, you give them that benefit, or you give them that space to course correct. And if there are the counterparts, their colleagues who are doing really well, there are best practices which they have put in place, why not replicate that? That was a pointer for the admissions head. So yes, with all these factors again, how the productivity of the counselors increased was with increased connectivity to leads, and of course, increased connectivity to leads, but they didn't also have to sit and wait for the leads to fall in, or were not bombarded with leads. It was an automated process. So it went to all the people, all the counselors, in the manner, in the fashion that we wanted. So this was about the counselor productivity and how Woxsen leveraged Meritto for this. The fourth success metric for us was that we use, or we enable the system to be a publisher performance evaluation platform for us. We are all investing in publishers. They are running huge campaigns for us. So how do we evaluate? How do we leverage this platform to ensure that we are getting our ROIs, we are ensuring that they are putting our money in the right place? So this platform, how I deal with the marketers, the publishers mostly. So how I used this was setting the targets based on geographic locations, based on student behavior, and then of course the lead delivery. When is the lead mode active, when the leads have to be pumped into the system, and so on and so forth. Second, and the important factor here, that how you as well can leverage this particular platform, is for inventory, to analyze inventory performance and optimization. Publishers have a bag full of inventories. They are running your ads everywhere. Which ad is performing? Which isn't? Which are the inventories that has to be over-indexed, under-indexed, removed completely? So this is the visibility that I leveraged upon, and this also helped me enhance the performance of the publishers. The third important factor here is the lead quality analysis and retargeting. So when you analyze, when you have the visibility as to how the leads are performing, where they are in the life cycle, have they passed my entrance test, they haven't passed my entrance test. If most of the leads are, like one of the guests mentioned, that they're in 10th or the 12th standard and they are from a particular location, I'll stop my campaigns there. So what is my lead saying to me? I got those insights from this platform. That was also used for targeting. The fourth important point was, for us, is competition analysis. So when you throw these insights at the publishers, hey, your competition is doing better than you, they will pull up their socks. They know that they have to up their game. So that is another point that I leveraged Meritto upon. And also, at Woxsen University, we have a lot of internal digital campaigns running. We run them. So and these are campaigns that we run with our team. So when a publisher who is a dedicated education portal is not doing well and my internal campaigns are doing well, that is, again, a red flag for him. So these are the 4 points, how the publisher performance can be enhanced. This, of course, resulted into year-on-year growth in application conversions from the leads generated from various inventories by publishers alone. This is the last but a very crucial success matrix for us, is the actionable data insights that Meritto was or is able to provide us, and how you use it. At various stages in the lead cycle, in the admission cycles, peak seasons, how do you use this data? So for me, at a very strategic level, how do I allocate my budgets? When I have the right data given to me on a platform with many filters, permutations and combinations that I can kind of see, then I have the right information to allocate my budgets rightly, be it with publishers, be it my internal campaigns, and maximize my ROI. The second point was sharper resource planning to meet my business goals. Counselors enough, not enough, doing well, not doing well, need more, need less. I could do that. Lead stage-wise interventions. We've covered this before, reiterating again. So the lead, whatever stage the lead might be in, you can sharpshoot your communication, you can customize it, you can personalize it, and ensure that the lead is taken till the end goal. Fourth and the last important factor in this metric is the scholarship planning and optimization. Last year alone, Woxsen, with the kind of data that we leveraged or we could see from Meritto, last year alone, Woxsen was able to provide close to or more than 40 crores of scholarships across all programs. So this is no mean feat, the number is huge. So we were able to achieve this, we were able to provide the right scholarships to the right people, to the deserving candidates, because we had the right insights with us. So when we achieved, when we were able to in fact deliver all the 5 success matrix, we came to this. So the conclusion that I am trying to bring all of y'all to is, and what we realized as to why we needed a CRM, why we needed a robust one, that too, was because technology definitely acts as a binding force to 2 most critical factors. One is people, your resources, and one is the entire process. You want to automate it, you want to make it as effective as possible so that it runs on autopilot with minimal intervention. So this is where we arrived. And when people and process are integrated, they are effectively running, magic happens. Trust me, magic does happen. And for us, magic happened with Woxsen University delivering admissions, a growth of admissions of 55%, thank you, CAGR in the last 4 years. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope I was able to give you a good case study here and a lot of takeaways for each one of you joined us here. And thank you very much for having me on the stage. Thank you very much.